So the field here smaller. We've got 65 yards by 45 yards. Penalty spot still 12 yards out. The box 12 yards deep, 24 yards wide. What do you think we're going to see here at the outset?
Well, I think we've seen already from the alumni is coming in there. They're going to put pressure on Dortmund. They're going to allow him to get on the ball. They've had two good opportunities straight away for Dortmund. It's to try and get up the field a little bit. Yes, you want to keep possession, but at the moment it's relentless. There's another
flighted
delivery.
Ball towards the corner. Frankie Moore just running out of real estate.
And just watching Dortmund getting warmed up as well, Jason, just beforehand. There was a little bit relaxed going for, but I looked at the Army. They was ready, intense, getting ready for the game, and there'd be a little bit of nerves for some of these players. You know, yes, you've played at a high level, but it's a little bit of the unknown. The surface is magnificent as well. That's put that straight away. And again, from Dortmund's point of view, they want to get a little bit of the jet lag out of their legs, get a hold of the ball, and get some good possession at the moment.
Alan Kelly is our referee. Again, played back to Colvin. Pressure there from IU. Long ball played ahead and tip forward. Save at the under end from Christian Lamelli, current assistant coach for the Hoosiers. Kevin Robeson, associate head coach during the college season for IU, leading this team. Square ball played over for Moore. Part of a couple of back-to-back College Cup teams for the Hoosiers, 2017, 2018. In continuity from some of these guys. Asked Kevin Robeson, you play similar system. Will this look a little bit like IU soccer? He said absolutely, with that high-pressure attack.
Yeah, and I think you can see that straight away. You know, Hoosiers players, they know exactly where they are. They've got a better shape. They've retained the ball a lot better. They're in total control of this game so far. With Dortmund, they're just trying to figure out who's playing where the system is. Look how wide their players are. It's given Dortmund's back three a bit of a problem as well.
Shot there. Bolvin had to be on his number there to come near post and deflect it away.
Well, that's the third opportunity straight away. I mean, they've good possession. They're playing three at the back. Dortmund have gone with that three at the back system, and as I said, with the alumni, they're going with just two at the back, and that gives you more players in midfield.
Joris Alinvi, again, played for the Hoosiers in 2019 from France. Able to rip that last attempt, parried away. And now Day with that kick from the side, lofting it out of range for a legend from Dortmund. 322 appearances for Day over 13 years.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the quality of players that you're going to see in this tournament. You know, Heather O'Reilly, that's won medals at the highest level for the women's national team. Mia Hamm's here. You know, you've got Clint Dempsey. The list goes on and on and on of big-time players.
Something you're going to see, I think, early on, those flighted balls going side to side. Everybody with a little too much. Both teams really had their first workout on a field of this side in their training yesterday and kind of getting acclimated to that. Both teams had kind of full-scale scrimmages here to try to get used to the boundaries, the rules, and everything else.
Yeah, but you can just start seeing Dortmund now. They're getting into it. You know, as I said, that pride starts kicking in. You know, you've played at a high level, like you said, over 300 games for the club. They're not going to come here and just roll over. They're starting to get used to the surface, starting to get used to the dimensions of the field.
Played back here for Bolvin. Santana near for him. Long ball going to the corner. Opportunity there. Running out of real estate is Cameron Brown. Played his college soccer at North Carolina, head coach of the Dortmund International Academy in North Texas. Dortmund has pretty good footprint here in the U.S.
Yeah, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, they're starting to have a presence in the U.S. Bundesliga has been a huge success as well. And heartbreak for Dortmund this season, just coming up just too short. But they have a conveyor belt of young players that get at the highest level. Jude Bellingham, Sancho, they're all quality players.
Ryan Wittenbrink with a touch in front. Opportunity deflected there. Santana down with the field block in front.
Yeah, that was important for Santana to get that block. See, when they're playing the ball long, they've got to try and get it into his feet. There's no point putting it up in the air. He's never going to win the ball. But again, that's just getting used to the dimensions.
Nikita Kotlov holding. Josh Gatt knifing through the box, and Day dumps Kotlov. Free kick coming here for IU.
That's that pride, my man. The ball may go past you, but he's not going. He didn't play 300 games in the Bundesliga to go to be took like that.
Again, so the foul on that tackle. Again, no slide tackling, one of the other rules here, and that'll be an indication for players, that human nature of doing it, to avoid that here in this game.
that's a tough one for the defenders.
In that compact field on the free kick, two-man wall there for Dortmund. Gat pulling the trigger, and that slides wide.
Yeah, maybe in the end they should have done a bit of shooting. Yes, they've had a couple of shots and they've gone high and wide. But Santana's saying straight away, look, pushing up. You can see how their tactics have just changed in the last couple of moments. You know, they want to try and go a bit longer because they feel like the pressure's relentless. It's coming time after time. So there's that experience at the back, you know. You said about the players they have. They're thinking, you know what, this is not working for us at the moment. We're going to have to get the ball a little bit further up the field. There's another opportunity.
And that's Wittenbrink. Again, first team all Big Ten this year for the Hoosiers, part of that team that ran all the way to the College Cup final here. He led the Hoosiers in goals and assists. See, Drew Wright played at Wake Forest, currently Director of Soccer Development, College Program Director for Dortmund's International Academy in America, leading this team. The weather here, 66. We had the sun out, warm, but cloud cover over here.
Which is perfect for us. It is good. A little bit earlier on, 40 minutes ago, it was stiflingly hot, but now it's calmed down a little bit for the players. So playing early as well gives you a little bit of a benefit as well, because come the afternoon, we know it's going to be warmer.
Again, a little over 6 minutes in, approaching the 7-minute mark. No score here. The first of two 20-minute halves. At the end of the 40 minutes, we'll go to target score time, which means the winning team will have one goal added to its tally, and then that becomes the score that each team's trying to get to. Every game here, all 63 throughout the weekend, will end on a goal. It will be celebration to the victors each time. IU trying to get the first here of TST. Opportunity, extra pass, shot, goal! Knocked home, and Thomas War will live forever as the first ever goal scorer in TST for the 24-year-old.
Yeah, well, I thought the moment had gone. You know, they did ever so well, and you can't say the goal hasn't come in. They've had about 4 or 5 shots there. I think he should have took a chance. And it's that little deflection that just puts it off and goes through. There goes legs. Here's another angle. Just what's a slight deflection, and that's what makes it go through his legs into the back of net. 3 people on the line, but couldn't stop it going in. And you have to say they deserve it. They've had shots. They've had more possession. A lot more brighter in the final third.
So War with the first. Hoosier Army on top 1-0.
Great name as well, isn't it? Hoosier Army.
Well, love the Army. All these teams you'll see as we go through all have their crests, whether it's a traditional power like Dortmund or a team roaring to life here like Hoosier Army, which has gotten terrific backing from everyone there at Indiana University. In that program, powerhouse of college soccer, 8 NCAA titles all time. Had a big 50th anniversary celebration a few weeks ago, and this was all the talk that a lot of the alums were coming together to kind of carry the flag for the program here at this first of its kind tournament.
Well, I think it has something to do with $1 million, winner takes all. That has to get people excited about.
Quick start here for Dortmund. Let's see if this group can get off the deck.
Yeah, I think they're still coming, Jason, still coming to terms with the system, because it's not like 11-11. It's not a 5-a-side. It's totally different, and that's where I was a little bit unsure. I've been involved in the game 30-odd years, and it's a different dimension. So you have to adjust quickly. You have to figure it out, and that's what top players do.
Again, IU with control, possession, and opportunities galore here. Good tackle there by Noah Beck. Again, the social media sensation teaming up here with Dortmund, making a nice play. DJ Kulai from the state of Texas, academy prospect for one of Dortmund's youth clubs in that state, has it taken away. Hoosier Army breaking back. Low ball there, inside the 6. Negated. Corey Thomas had a run through the box, and now he'll flash to the bench for a sub. IU definitely getting more personnel in and out than Dortmund has to this point. And that's
I think you just said it there. They're in control of it. They're in control of their subs. They're in control of the rhythm of the game and the tempo of the game.
That one played, and again, Bolvin make it a stop, feeling the pressure here right from the jump thus far.
But if they are going to go long, they need some support, because if not, the ball's going to keep coming back. And when they do get the chances that they had, now he's got to try and get the shot on target.
Kalai shakes free. Lamelli off his line to break that up.
Yeah, his second touch was too heavy, took him away. That's 2 opportunities he had in 30 seconds to get a shot off.
Again, you see another look at that touch from the 18-year-old at the other end. Opportunity there for IU, and Bolvin just parries it over the bar.
I mean, that just shows you the game. 30 seconds, you've got a good opportunity. Go down the other end, now they've got a corner. It's end-to-end, and that's why the substitutions is so important. I mean, that's a good save. He read the situation well. He come out, didn't go down to ground too early. He's been very, very good with his feet, passing out at the back.
Again, the corner here, they're all short corners, if you will, on this compact field. Goliath the other end.
Oh, we've got an injury. We've got someone coming off. I think he pulled his calf.
Jacob Lisek pulling up lame and trying to hobble to the sideline so that Dortmund can get a sub on. They're playing 1 short here for the moment. Now sub will come back. IU looking to get another. Shot from distance, drilled home. IU with a bullet from Jeremiah Gutyar, and it's 2-0.
Well, again, no hesitation, total control. It opened up for him. No one closes the ball down. Good patience. He thinks, why not? Why shouldn't I have an opportunity? I think the keeper obviously should do a lot better, but if you don't buy a raffle ticket, you're never going to win the lottery.
So the director of ops for Indiana Soccer, guy that played for the Chicago Fire, Indy 11, and for IU there for a stretch in his collegiate career, adds another one to the tally here at Hoosier Army.
I mean, isn't that fantastic that you said, people that are working now, they're coming here to play a game, playing against some legends and scoring a goal, something that he can tell his mates about when he goes back to work on Monday morning. I think it's so exciting. Like you said, people that maybe got normal jobs, they're working. As I said, you've got Steve Nash, Hall of Famers. You've got so many people that are involved, and he's now trying to stretch his calf off.
Yep.
He looks like how I feel. That's how I feel after a couple of minutes running around there.
Yeah, again, we've got age variety here at Lisek, 44 years of age, academy coach for Dortmund's International Academy in Chicago. Day at age 45, we saw Kulai, the 18-year-old from Texas, up front. And again, a lot of guys really in their 30s here from IU. Again, a good chunk of this Hoosier group, part of the 2012 national title team. And another opportunity here for Hoosier Army. Free kick coming from Wittenbrink. Driven through the 3-man wall, deflects out, corner coming for IU. Yeah,
well, I think for IU, they couldn't wish for it to go any better. They've really dominated the game. Felt comfortable in every area, not really been tested too much up front. As I said, with Borussia Dortmund, yeah, they've got experienced players, but they need just to get a little bit of a rhythm in the game.
Noah Beck working with this Dortmund group, going 1v2. Again, known for his social media presence. Noah Beck with 30+ million followers on TikTok. Again, played season of college soccer at Portland and kind of, for this tournament, recruited by Dortmund to come in and be a factor here. Talked about yesterday when meeting with the media, had an opportunity to actually go over to Dortmund, do a little training, and see everything. And again, we'll see if he can start to help this group put his influence on it, trying to win the ball now, and Dortmund does. Thrust forward, Keegan Woolley. Played college soccer at St. Mary's, then at Blinn College in Texas.
You might need to get some of them 30 million to come and help him at the moment. Can't get hold of the ball.
Beck, near side, Day going to take a flighted shot, and Lamelli able to handle that. There's Noah Beck, the 22-year-old. And really chance to show his skills. Work with this Dortmund group. And again, interesting, we've got 32 teams here, Warren. We've got 8 groups of 4, and they each get 3 games in group play. And much like the World Cup, top 2 from group play will advance to the knockout rounds. So the first of the trio of games for each of these 2 sides here out of Group A. And we'll run down more of the groups and teams in the mix coming up here at halftime. Good work from Wittenbrink along the end line.
Yeah, they look really good. whether that's Dortmund coming to terms with the systems and how they're playing, that's better build-up. Now they need some runners to go in behind just to try and relieve some of the pressure, but again, a little giveaway, and it's draining. Once you keep giving the ball away and then the Reds just keep passing it around, they keep in control of the ball.
Grant Lillard been rock steady, guy with time with the Chicago Fire, Inter Miami, Columbus Crew, and MLS. Center of the park, handling things. You see Gutjahr there with the second of the 2 Hoosier Army goals. Final 4-minute stretch here of this opening half.
Yeah, they're the little signs, you know, they're, whether that's fatigue or being familiar with each other, giving the ball away.
And you'll notice as you watch our feature game here in the stadium, other games starting to get underway. See Wolves of the Premier League getting rolling. Another shot there at a good look. Harrison, Pat's 4-year starter at IU, one of the guys that really was the genesis of Hoosier Army getting a team in this, almost had a goal for himself.
Yeah, sweet left foot as well, just trying to clip that into that corner.
Again, we've got 6 fields of action here, with games going on all around as we try to get this tournament done in 3 days' time. Day with another ball in, a little more dangerous that time, but no runners getting to it. And now counter chance here for Hoosier Army. Santana with a block.
And another one as well. I mean, the facilities are magnificent. Looking at the surface, it was great. You know, the players coming in, getting prepared, everybody looking after them. There's a real buzz around the city where we was in the hotel. People are looking at it on the news and everything. It's great. It's going to be something special.
Grosskreutz coming at an angle and fires high.
That's nothing to do with the dimensions, that delivery. That was just poor delivery. So we can't put that down to the size of the field.
233 appearances for him for the club. Dortmund, 2009 to 2015.
Did you see the fans afterwards, that yellow wall? They lost the title, they drew at home.
Yep.
And they were still cheering their fans and singing. A lot of fans would have walked away. So anyone that doesn't know German football or the Bundesliga, Dortmund fans are arguably the best around in that region, because they stayed behind their team. They're so disappointed they didn't win, but they stood behind them. 60-odd thousand cheering them on for next season. A lot of fans would have been disappointed because they threw it away. They had it in their hands. They didn't. They drew the game. Bayern Munich go on and win, as they normally do. That's 11 straight wins they've done. But the fans of Dortmund was there cheering them on to the end.
And heartbreak there, and trying to work from behind here. Push forward by Woolley.
But the problem is you've got 3 defenders stand back here. You know, the Reds are getting back. The alumni are working to get back. And the yellow shirts of Dortmund are just standing back because they haven't got the energy. It's such a quick game, you know. You said about the age and the endurance that you're going to need. Penny for your fault, my friend, because you need a big half-time team talk to get them figured out, whether it's a system, whether it's personnel. Do you just go 2 at the back and push another player up? You know, they're the things that a coach has to try and figure out, not only injuries that get thrown in, but a little bit of the system as well.
Again, and that familiarity maybe with some of the things from the IU system working right now for Hoosier Army. Again, be fascinating, Warren, to see how things progress for each of these teams when they get to their second game and their third game, when maybe they've got an opportunity to watch an opponent, because nobody knew what either of these teams were going to look like at a time. There's no tape on anybody.
No, exactly. You don't know whether people are having, as I said, 3 at the back, 2 at the back, 2 up front. You know, there's loads of different little systems you can go. You're going to press, you're going to sit back, play on a counter-attack. So there's so many different areas that they have to try and work out. And probably we've seen now a lot of the teams are getting in early and watching the game because they want to see what's around. There's a little bit of the unknown for them, although like you said, 300 games, 200 games, it's a totally different ball game what they're having to adjust to now. And
maybe the best chance here for Dortmund, off the handball, free kick coming. But time going to run out. Day lights one up into the stands. And now that'll be the call here for the first half. Hoosier Army 2, Dortmund 0. Halfway through this initial game, game 1, year 1 of TST. So the IU alums leading the squad from Germany. 2-0 the school. More from North Carolina coming up in a moment.
Renegade GK is thrilled to be a part of TST because, like us, this tournament is exciting and different. Come check us out and take advantage of the special 20% TST discount on all Renegade GK gloves. Be sure to check out Sonder.com. The Sonder.com merchandise tent is located near the event entrance, and purchase all your official TST and team apparel on site. That's the Sonder.com merchandise tent near the main entrance. North Carolina FCU is proud to have current and former.
It is brought to you by Ally, proud ally of TST. Do it right.
Downtown to learn more about soccer programs for kids of all ages and abilities.
The soccer tournament is brought to you by Ally, proud ally of TST. Do it right. By Aviation American Gin, the official gin of TST. And by UFOs, the official active recovery footwear of TST. Debut of the soccer tournament here in North Carolina. $1 million prize to the winners. The other teams get nothing when all is said and done here with a champion's crown on Saturday. First game of group play. Hoosiers Army 2, Borussia Dortmund nothing. Jason Knapp, Warren Barton here. Look at all the teams invested here. The 8 groups of 4. We talked about some of the powerhouses here, the brand names like Dortmund and West Ham and Wolves, but you've got alums like a Team Dempsey there with Clint Dempsey picking a team.
And don't forget that team from Wales, Wrexham as well. They're coming as well, and they'll be looking to spoil. But you're right, Jimmy Conrad's put a team together with DeMarcus Beasley. They're bringing along. You've got the women's national team that's led by Ella O'Reilly, who's local to this area. I mean, you've got Steve Nash that's playing as well. So it's just phenomenal to have players that are going back to work on Monday morning and playing against these superstars. So, West Ham are in it, Wolves are in it. It's so exciting, and what a start to the first game that we've just had as well.
There is a team for everybody out there to gravitate to, latch onto, and root for here throughout this charged weekend of the sport. Kevin Robeson and Hoosier Army right now leading Dortmund 2-0 second half straight away. The soccer tournament is brought to you by Ally, proud ally of TST. Do it right. By Aviation American Gin, the official gin of TST. And by UFO, the official active recovery footwear of TST. Now the logos of some of the teams flying proudly. Stars are out like Chris Paul, NBA superstar. Phoenix Suns played his college ball here in the area at Wake Forest. Checking out the action. Hoosier Army 2. Borussia Dortmund 0 as we get ready for the second half. And Warren, Hoosier Army just all over Dortmund from the jump.
Yeah, from start to finish. There's a little bit of history made there, slight deflection. This is a wonderful save. Anticipates the situation well. Doesn't go down too early, because if he does, the striker maybe can top it over. But this is the killer blow. They don't close him down. Not the greatest goalkeeping, but good strike, good effort. And that comes from being 2-0 ahead. And you can see what it means to the players. They're focused, they're ready to go. Oh, there's a legend in town.
Yeah, Todd Yeagley, their head coach of IU soccer during the year. It was funny watching at training last night. He's kind of walking around as he talks with Kevin Robeson, normally his associate head coach. Yeagley, GM of this team, helping put it together. Steal right away. Opportunity there for Alinvi to get a third goal right in the first seconds here of this second half.
Well, Jason, you said it about the program, that, you know, where it's gone from the history to tradition and the way they play press. They've mirrored this in this game. Although it's 7v7, it's not 11v11, it's not on the field large field. The principles are the same about closing down, not allowing your opposition to get on the ball, and that's why they've dominated this. You know, Dortmund, yes, they've got older players and they've got experienced players, but they're not being allowed to play at their rhythm, and you know that's coming from the head coach, the assistant coach, to their alumni. They know exactly what their DNA is, and that's been transparent in the first 20 minutes that we see in the half, and then moments there.
Essentially a little more relaxed for Todd Yeagley than it normally would be. He'd be making all the decisions. Instead, it's Kevin Robeson, his associate head coach during the year, doing that job. Todd Yeagley looked like the Godfather last night, just going around seeing a lot of his old players. They're doing him proud so far. Another opportunity there. Kotlov denied as, boy, Bolvin has been under the gun all the way.
Well, you just touched on it as well. You know, the fact that he's come down to watch him as well, that's a big lift for everybody. I mean, the fans are behind him, they're cheering on the players. So to have someone down him to watch him train and then come and watch their first game, that sets the tone for everybody in this tournament. You know, they're coming here to win that million. You know, they're not coming here to sign some autographs. They're coming here to win that $1 million.
Adam Surley taken down there in the foul by Hoosier Army. Again, Jerry Yeagley, Todd's dad, doing that program proud to get it rolling. And it's continued now under Todd's tutelage here the last few years. And a foul on the opposite side. That's Wittenbrink taking down his man.
Yeah, there's just a little reminder that it is a competitive game. And
another one coming. Do have a card situation here, but none have been pulled out yet by Alan Kelly. Free kick coming for Dortmund.
Yeah, it's going to be strange for the refs as well. Like you said, there's no throw-ins, there's no offsides, there's no sliding tackles. There's a few rules that are just generally that you would pull up straight away. So that's having to adjust for the players.
Again, on this collapsed field, just 5 yards need to be given here on free kicks. That makes the angles tighter, and that didn't miss by much. Groskutz had a look.
Well, they were trying to do the yellow wall in front of the goalkeeper, so he couldn't get a look. And that's not a bad effort.
Maybe the best of the match thus far here.
I think that's what he's just saying to the
Dortmund.
referee. They're standing in front of me, they're waving their hands. That's that competitive edge, you know. You're trying to get back in the game, you're trying to get that pride going again.
Day rising up and played out by Dortmund. Again, with the target score format, Dortmund, even at the end of this game, not necessarily out of it, 2-0 lead. You might have a team like Hoosier Army start to think about slowing it down, playing a little keep away. You're going to get rewarded by continuing to score. Again, end of regulation, a goal is added to the tally of the winning team, then that becomes the target score. So if we stay 2-0, the target score becomes 3. First team to 3 wins, which means Dortmund would have an opportunity to come back in this game if it could keep scoring.
Yeah, and again, you're never out of the game. So, you know, if you can keep it as tight as possible for Dortmund. Now, if you're the alums, you want to just keep going, keep passing the ball, but pass it with a purpose. Try and get 3, try and get 4, and then it seems an uphill battle for Dortmund to get back into the game. But I don't think with their attitude, Indiana, that they're going to sit back, allow some pressure. You know, just they want to get more. They're doing the subs more quicker. They're a lot more fluent in what they're doing.
And Warren, the other wrinkle when we get to target score time after the 40 minutes, again, you're trying to get to that target number. Nice stop there by Lomeli. Masurli with a cracker there. And the Hoosier Army keeper making the stop. But after 5 minutes, if we haven't reached that target score, each side loses the player. We go to 6-on-6. If we play 5 more minutes and nobody's at a target score, each side loses a player. We go to 5-on-5. Imagine the possibilities of this field.
I wouldn't want to be number 1 or number 2 player, would you? I'd be wanting to come off a little bit earlier.
So there's a lot of fascinating things to come when we get to that target score time. And remember, it's not going to happen once. It's going to happen 63 times this weekend throughout every game. Every game will end on a goal. Nice 1-2 in front. Day spears that away. Corner coming, Hoosier Army.
That's a great point. If you lost 4-0 and you're tired, do you think just let them score, get the game over so you can rest? You know, you've seen it in other sports where you think, like, we've lost this game, it's a blowout, we'll rest and fight another day. I wonder if that comes into it as well.
And again, we talked about so many times you'd see a team with a lead. They're just going to space, play to the corners, waste time. There will be none of that here. You've got to end the game on a goal. Wittenbrink. To the corner. What a beautiful strike.
And he's got the celebration as well. That won't go down too well with the Dortmund players. What a finish. It just opens out. There's their fans. He only had one thought in his mind. He goes past one. Then it opens up for him and he has a little sneak look and he just passes that into the corner. What a finish. There's this little glance there, and then he just wraps his foot around it, kisses off the post. No chance. 3-0. They're cruising.
Clinical there for the first-team All-Big East performer. Led last year's Hoosier squad in goals and assists. Led them all the way to the College Cup final.
Another tackle flying in.
Yeah. Hard foul there for Noah Beck, who gets up with a smile. He'll have some things to say, I'm sure, on social media after this first outing.
Well, once they found out he's got 30 million, people want to be on there, don't they? They want to be the one tackling him and kicking him.
Yeah, he was, really friendly yesterday around training. A lot of folks wanted to come up and interact with him, see if they can work his way on his channels.
That's all they want to get, 30 million, so he gets some of his followers.
Again, still giving his all and lost his footing there. Noah's having a fun time. He can just thrilled to have the opportunity to latch on here with a brand like Dortmund.
Can you imagine that? You're walking into a locker room with players that have played in Champions League, played in the Bundesliga for over a decade. They've got the badge on there. 21, 22 years of age.
Bolvin scrambling out. Again, now goalies, once they pick it up, they've got limited time to get rid of it. They can play it out. They can't drop kick or punt to the opposite end of the field. So that's not a possibility. You've got to be able to play it with your feet or roll it out, and it's got to bounce at least once on those opportunities before midfield. IU with a pickoff. That's Moore with the intercept. Santana trying to hold Gat at bay. Upfield, again, a couple of women playing for Dortmund, including Julia Farr, a longtime club staffer, currently manager of international and new business, also a club coach for Dortmund. Monica Daniel, the other female player for Dortmund. And you'll see a handful of teams have female players, and you mentioned, Warren, when we looked at the full field at halftime, the U.S. women are here with a group of a lot of their stars, Heather O'Reilly, Lori Lindsay, and others, Mia Hamm, Michelle Akers, part of the coaching staff and the front office, if you will. They said they're coming back to get together to have a good time, play against the men. They know it's going to be a challenge, but they're ready for it.
Yeah, they will be. They've got that pride. They've got some quality players. If I know Heather like I do, she'll be really up for the game. Mia Hamm's a winner, so, that they won't want to come out. You've got Clint Dempsey as well. He's got his group together. They want to do well. As I said, with Jimmy Conrad and DeMarcus, they want to go out. Charlotte's here. We haven't even said about the Italians, Como, that have come here with Cesc Fabregas, who's won the World Cup with Spain. So they've come here prepared with young players. So, you know, it's so exciting. And, you know, whether it's you're working in the office, you get a chance to play for a club like Dortmund, or you've won World Cups and you want to come out here and perform, and just see if you can perform at a high level.
Harrison Petz trying to work his way around Dortmund defense.
I knew my level had gone when I played in a similar tournament like this with my son against a Russian team, and I couldn't walk for 4 days afterwards. So I said, that's enough. I'd rather call the game rather than run around.
So when you played on a short field here, after being used to playing on a normal regulation pitch, what was your noticeable thing?
Sharpness, the power. That's the first thing that goes when you're an athlete, is the power. You can run and the endurance, but it's changing direction. You just see there, Santana slip. You know, 10 years ago, his legs would be able to handle that. Your mind still thinks you can do it. That's the worst thing. You still think you're young enough to go out there and do it, but it's the power. Obviously, fatigue comes in as much as you can do cardio work. Oh, playing out at the back is vogue at the moment. And then he got caught out.
Saw that last chance from Gat. Flick in the box there for Petz.
And also just being too old.
Yeah.
That's basically it. I can make as many excuses as I like, but it's just basically age catches up with you.
Well, we saw the physios were active even in training yesterday, trying to come out and deal with some of the...
They're going to be the ones working the hardest.
Oh, nice save there. Stretch from Lamelli.
They better be on bonus money.
Boy,
time and a half.
Noah Beck had a good shot from an angle here.
Yeah, that's decent. Good save as well. He put that on his social media.
Corner coming for Dortmund. Again, less than 10 minutes left in regulation before we set the target score, and Dortmund on the board. Nice service on the corner from Woolley and put home by Messerli, and like that, it's 3-1.
Just as simple as that. There's that little bit of pride, you know. People at a high level, you're wearing the hold off. It's a set play. It's come in. It's a good header, and the reason it's good, it hits it down into the ground. If it's at the angle, the keeper's got a chance, but that little bounce in front of him, no chance. They can't react quick enough. There's that little bit of doubt that you want against the opposition. They was cruising, you know, 3-0, maybe looking at the next game to rest off, and good delivery. It come from a good shot, good save, and that little bit of positivity gives them that life there. Now will there be a reaction?
Kulai stepping out to block that shot attempt from Moore. We'll see if Dortmund can build off that against some of the other games getting underway on the outside. Bladen Grass FC. Jeff Cameron, Breck Shea, their final games as pros, as national teamers for the U.S. before they retire and move on to the next phase of their lives.
Yeah, there's players all over the place. You know, you go any of these fields, anyone coming along to watch, and you can go around. You're really close to the players. You can get a few autographs, get a few selfies, as they say now. No one gets an autograph anymore. It's only me and you that get autographs, that we give them out.
Camera's working hard, though, on the selfie game all around. See Wolves trailing there at halftime in another game. And this one 3-1 right now. Dortmund with the last, trying to build here, close the gap, and make their challenge in target score time a little less daunting.
Well, that's the thing. You get another one. All of a sudden that uncertainty, a bit of nerves, starts kicking in.
Grosskutz coming over. Speaking of World Cup winners, World Cup champion with Germany in 2014.
And I would say that's that pride that kicks in. You know, you're playing against a group of players that, you know, look fitter, got a bit more shape about it. Bit more, you still have that pride to dig in, and you know, for years they've played at a high level. They want to be part of it. They want to make sure that they're not on the end of a good hiding.
Long ball, headed on by Kotlov. Petz, Kotlov.
Here they go again.
Back to the corner. Kulai.
You can see it. A lot more urgency, a lot more tempo about their playing. They feel now that they might get another one. They've sort of sorted out the system and how they're going to play, you know, realise they can make the run in behind. You're not offside. You can make that run. Normally as a striker you think, well, I can't go too early because they're going to be offside. They're winning tackles now all of a sudden. There's a lot more tempo about the way that they're playing, a lot more determination, which is great from Dortmund.
Again, just 4 shots in this game thus far to 12 for Hoosier Army. 2 on goal as opposed to 8 on goal for Hoosier Army. Long ball there as it hits out. Goal kick coming. The inaugural Premier League Summer Series headed to USA in 2023. Come see your favorite players from Aston Villa, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle United from July 22nd through the 30th, or watch all the action across NBC platforms.
I'll be at some of them Newcastle games, seeing my tune. What a season they had. Champions League now, back where they belong. It's been a long time, but they're back now.
And what a season as you talk to for Dortmund and the near miss. They'll be thinking about that for a long time. But clearly on the right track.
Oh, should have took it earlier. Should have took the shot earlier. Opened up for him nicely. That little bit of hesitation just give the yellow shirts enough time to close them down.
Yeah, Trevor Schwartz, and a guy who played at IU and Toronto FC too. Great assist man his senior year in college with a bunch of them, 16, 2018, now an assistant coach at UNLV, maybe just a touch too long there. More ready to hoist this away.
It's amazing, though, how a goal can change the face of the game, because 3-0, you think this could be actually 4 or 5. But they get that goal from a set piece, Dortmund, and it just gives them, look, now, that little bit of lifeline. If you play them in early, you can score.
Gross-Kutz, step up. Pass over.
On
the doorstep. Kulai can't finish.
That's when you've got to make the goals bigger. Oh, what a chance. What an opportunity. I mean, this is great determination. The big man is bursting through. He waits. It's perfect. Because he's enticed the goalkeeper out, and now it's an open net. All you've got to do for the young player is hit the target. He's thinking about celebrating too early. Just put it into the back of the net. What a chance.
And again, shorter fields, shorter goals as well, as opposed to 8 feet high, 24 feet wide. Those goals, 6.5 feet high, 18.5 feet wide, to kind of fit the dimensions here of what we're playing. And it needed to be a little bit wider there for DJ Kulai.
Yeah, there's maybe that little bit of inexperience from him. But listen, he'll dream about that again, having that chance. And here we go again.
Gross-Kutz on the offensive. And that one deflecting off an IU player. Another corner coming up. This is how Dortmund found the back of the net for the first time in this game.
Santana's gone up. Oh, they didn't want that. They didn't want that.
And now counter. Break opportunity here for Pancho. 1v1.
Oh.
Deke. Goal!
Oh.
Almost. What a stop sliding back. Noah Beck.
I mean, that is great work ethic and commitment for his team. He must be exhausted. You know,
phenomenal. I thought he had no chance to get there.
It's come from a set piece, and he has run the length of the field as quickly as he can just to get into the attacker's eye line to put him off. Fantastic.
And it looked to be a clear goal there to make it 4-1. Instead, Noah Beck with the ultimate hustle to get back.
Actually, it goes about the game. You've just had seconds there where it could be 3-2, and then you think, well, they're going to go on now and get 4-1. The game's all over. Set the benchmark quite high. So the goals have been good, the quality has been good, the referees handled the game well. It's fun. Set the day off up and running. Hopefully it continues like this.
Again, a little over 2 minutes left in regulation. Then we'll set the target score.
And there he goes through. Just watch now. Now he's in the corner of his eye. He thinks he's going to put it in an empty net, but he just does enough to push it away. I'm not going to go with handball. Let it go. He done well. He's run back. What a decision to get back and put him off.
Now, never say die attitude here for Beck and Dortmund, and trying to see if they can get another here.
Ooh.
And make their potential work and target score time a little less. Foul, though, coming on Dortmund.
I think also the ball being played into the striker. They made a sub and they was out of position. They've made a defensive substitution and it was out of position.
Nice flick across there. Santana had to steer that out of play. But IU, again, looking dangerous. Even Santa, a Hoosier fan.
It
Color scheme works for Old St. Nick.
Chris Paul, we've got Santa Claus here. The list is endless. These celebrities coming along.
Just the start. Again, you're looking at 9 a.m. local time at the start of this game, and crowds are already starting to file in. Big crowds expected. Tickets at a premium this weekend.
Well, it's a great day because you can watch here. You can wander a couple of blocks just behind us. There's some fields going on there with top-class players. There's another game going on there. There's people. You're so close. Is that a handball?
Oh. Looked like he played it down. Grosskreutz did not agree for the Dortmund perspective.
It's a first controversial decision by a referee. Another one's gone down.
Alinvi plays it across. Petz, side ball in front. Beautiful work for Hoosier Army, and it leads to the goal for Josh Gatt.
Well, now they're going to the referee. They've argued there. They think there's and also they think there's a foul in the corner. A good finish. They've done their job. There they think there's a foul. Noah's gone down. It's 3 against 1. They're patient. They're clinical. Good team goal. Gets the one. They keep it wide. First time pass. Little punch into the back of the net. Game over.
And again, normally, that's not a goal.
No, it's
offside.
Yeah, exactly.
No offside in this game, and that's easy pickings there.
Oh, that's a killer.
And the end of regulation, 4-1 lead for Hoosier Army. So now we'll set target time. It'll be 5, first team to 5. Hoosier Army needs 1 more to win. Dortmund will need a handful. We'll see how it plays out in North Carolina in a moment.
We are set to cross over into target score time. The target score is 5. The first team to 5 will win. A player will be removed from each team every 5 minutes.
Target score time here. Coin toss to see who will have possession to start our bonus session here. Get a little handshake there from Petz and Santana. Our official Alan Kelly with the final instructions for these players again. So it's 4-1 Hoosier Army leading. The target score becomes 5. 1 goal plus what the winning team has, or the leading team, I should say, has. First team to 5 wins. So Hoosier Army needs 1. Dortmund would need 4 to be the victor in this game. And if you have been a fan of the basketball tournament over the years, they use a similar format called elim ending, where a target score is set so that one team, if it's routing the other, that other team has a chance to kind of come back in, make it compelling down the stretch. And again, we've seen it so many times over the years. There's no parking the bus in this game defensively. You've got to score to win.
Yep, and that's where Dortmund will probably, for the first 2 or 3 minutes, really go hell for leather, trying to get a goal, put a little bit of doubt in your mind. But that may leave them a little bit vulnerable at the back, as it ended up in the last couple of moments of the full 20 minutes.
Led to the goal. Grosskreutz flying it high. Good step up there by Poncho, but the touch out. And again, no throw-ins here. So the quick kick in. Indirect are those. Header Masurli, Lamelli out.
There we
and
go.
Kawhi went aggressively.
But fairly. It's a physical game. What he does, great footwork here, and then he just comes out. But there he is. He senses the time when to come out. That's a great trait for a goalkeeper. You know, the right time when to close the ball down. The touch was maybe a little bit heavy in the first half. He was out. Ball comes inside. He's out again to close it down.
Quick corner played by IU. Santana knocking it out via the head. Hoosier Army looks to reset. In 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half. For this band of IU alums. Shot there,
what a save.
and Bolvin just got a piece on the way by. Nice rip and potential game ender there for Hoosier Army.
Yeah, it was in fault for the second goal, but that one's a great save because that's just nestling in the far corner. Again, they work it very well, but a good save. It's low. And we touched on that, didn't we? With the goals being smaller and not so wide, a lot of the shots are going to be low at the goalkeeper.
Poncho had that shot attempt. Wittenbrink heels it back. War, who had the initial goal, trying to create some havoc.
Switch it if you can.
Now Day-Day looking to switch it up.
There's that left foot, that wand. We've been waiting for that.
Familiar ball flight over the years in the Bundesliga.
He's made a good living out of that, just switching it with that sweet left foot. It's like golf as well. You know, anyone lefty, they always look smoother and cleaner.
Masurli taken down. Free kick coming Dortmund. And target score 5. First team to get their wins and takes their initial game in group play.
It's no surprise as well that Dortmund have come into the game a little bit more. Now the tempo has slowed down. That's a chance.
Flighted ball, Kulai ridden off. Thomas will play it out. Grosskreutz keeps it in this half of the pitch for Dortmund.
Yeah.
Day-Day takes a crack and elevates it a little too much.
Yep. There he is. The legend just pushing up. Comes back on his left foot, no hesitation. Takes it nice and early. He'll be a little bit sore after the game. There'll be an ice bath for him somewhere. Have to get himself ready for another game.
Yeah, each of these teams with the first of their 2 games on this day, another one coming tomorrow, and they'll see if they acquit themselves well enough to work it to the knockout rounds. Again, top 2 in each group will get there. Again, head-to-head is the first tiebreaker. Goal differential could come into play. Into the box, turn, deflected off the crossbar. Corey Thomas almost ended it.
Someone off now. But again, it gets that angle just enough from Santana just to get enough of his body on there. Now we're down to 6.
So after the 5 minutes, down to 6 on the pitch. 5 field players and the keepers. Again, trying to get to that target score. So a little more operational space for some of these players.
Switch it, he's in. He switch it if he's in.
Kulai.
His head down too much.
Santana up in support with Grosskreutz.
What a ball.
Far post. Kulai deflected on. Couldn't put it on frame.
Referee.
IU playing on. Dortmund backers wanted a foul call. Centering ball. And Dortmund still.
Well, it definitely looked like it come off of a red foot, but the old saying, it's always your ball. Just take the ball and play.
Long service out of the range of IU. Kalai turns, defender falls. looking for assistance. It's there. It's in. Great pass from the teenager to find Keegan Woolley for a goal. It's 4-2.
Good team goal. Nice ball down the sides. Good hold-up play by the striker. Now you need a runner. You need one of your midfield players. Now get it on target, and that's what he does. He punches at the keeper's just leaning to his right, thinking it's going in that corner. And because he can adjust his feet, he just passes that, and the power's enough to go past him because his body weight is going to the right and on his left-hand side. Oh!
In the box, Masurley took down his man Kotlov, and the point to the spot. So Hoosier Army has the chance to end it here on a penalty kick.
You say you're vulnerable after you just scored a goal, and there's enough contact. Yeah, I think he just clipped his heels. The question is he going to get the ball at the other side? But there, look, just see there, he clips his left ankle, and then that takes the momentum away. A little bit of gamesmanship going on now.
Well, that penalty spot still 12 yards away.
Yeah.
Smaller goal, and the territory for Bolvin to cover. But Ryan Wittenbrink has a chance to win the first game in TST history here in target score time with a penalty.
He already had a good finish before. I think he's a very confident player, so I won't be surprised if this ends up in the back of the net.
That's it. Hoosier Army wins it. Target score achieved, 5-2 the final, and the initial win in TST in group play goes to Hoosier Army.
Yeah, and I think you have to say over the course of the game they've been the better team, created lots of chances, got a real good balance in their team. Good focus, never in doubt in my mind. Very confident player, got a good goal earlier on, and he waits for the goalkeeper to lean to that left and just whips it with his right foot into the back of the net. They're home and dry. First points, celebrate. But a very entertaining game, you know. I think it set the benchmark very well. The structure of both teams. Great credit to Dortmund. Second half, they adjusted themselves, had a bit more of a system about how they was going to play. They will get better, and there's no doubt as well with the alumni, they're going to get stronger as well. But very, very impressive performance.
And the Hoosier Army reunited and victorious on this day. A look at the Ally save of the game, and a key one early here for Christian Lamelli and Hoosier Army.
Yeah, really set the tone. You know, a heavy first touch, but he comes out, he snuffers the ball, keeping it at nil in the goal, close it down and lets them go on for the first half to have 2-0, clean sheet, good to build on. It gives the team confidence that you know your goalkeeper's engaged in the game.
Well, we didn't know what to expect. Now we're getting a little taste of what TST is all about, the soccer tournament there. Good team play on this small, compact field, and some quality there from Hoosier Army.
And also, we've seen it's competitive. You know, there's no doubt, as I said, you know, they've not just come here for a holiday and a vacation just to jog around. The people have come out, there's $1 million to win, winner takes all. So let's give it added incentive, added excitement. As I said, you've got a legend that's come along with his alumni. A lot of these have won championships. Even Santa Claus is here as well. But we've had a great benchmark, and I think we've seen the quality. The surface is magnificent. The fans are enjoying it, and it looks like the players are as well. And that's a big part of them there getting motivated for the next game coming along.
And like that, we're off.
We're off and running.
And plenty more action to come here from the soccer tournament this weekend in Cary, North Carolina, including our next game here coming up in about 25 minutes' time. We'll see you then for the next one with Far East United and West Ham United. For now, Hoosier Army 5-2 over Dortmund. For Warren Barton, this is Jason Knapp saying so long for now, with more action to come from TST.